Everybody, welcome back to Rime of the Frostmaiden, sponsored by Fantasy Grounds on D&D night on DDO stream. Um, it's been a bit since we played, so if anyone can remember a recap, go ahead and give it a whirl. And if not, that's okay. I can tell you about where you are and what you were doing last.
Guy on a dragon. That's all I remember.
So we had just finished clearing out the Duergar Fortress of Ice, and on our way back from the Duergar Fortress of Ice, we accidentally stumbled upon an ancient dragon with a dead guy strapped to his back, and we assessed that this might be a threat. So of course, Mika ran up and hit him on the nose with his stick, and then we returned the dead guy to the dragon's back, and he flew away.
But not before we grabbed the dead guy's satchel and looted it.
Right.
Fair.
Believe also that Craps in Hand did something funky with the dragon's rider that pissed it off as well. And Shadow saved the day.
Oh, wow.
That's a colorful interpretation. Are you the bard in the party?
Almost.
I mean, I'm the tabaxi in the party, so that kind of works. I think I might have broken Viorica, though.
Yeah.
He's a cat, so that just means he's evil.
Oh. Oh. No.
Let's see. I mean, all right. That's what. Inventory.
Did I remember right that while I was gone, there was a pick that might have been sold?
We kept something for you that we thought you would like.
Yeah, there were arrows, but I seem to recall there being. Was there? Maybe I don't know. I missed the last one, so I watched it, and that was like 3 weeks ago.
There were some magic items given to the party.
No, it was like just like a normal pick, I thought, but that might be wrong.
I think we did get normal picks. Yes.
Yeah, I believe so. They might have been sold, but let's see.
Can I have a normal pick? I would love to have a piercing weapon.
Don't you fire a bow?
Yes, but I have a feat called piercing, and when I attack with a weapon that deals piercing damage, doesn't have to be ranged. I get extra things. So.
Yeah, is that melee only, or is that just any old piercing?
Piercing damage.
Okay, so your longbow, well, your normal arrows would fall into that category. Yes, okay.
But arrows and picks both do piercing damage. Both qualify.
Sure. I recall, I think short swords might still do piercing damage too. I don't recall.
They are indeed.
It does.
Which would actually technically be better for me because it's finesse, but I don't remember if there were short swords too. Are we in town? Can I just buy a short sword?
You were not in town, though you may be soon. Where are you headed? You are underneath Kelvin's Cairn, as you had left that area, and you can either head towards Tourmaline, Lonelywood, or Caer Denival. Daniel.
That's right. We stopped in Caer Konig, and then we were headed out to, I think to Targos was our next more or less destination.
Targos. Okay. All right.
I don't remember exactly where we are on the area map.
Let's see if there's a. Grab the map I have shared with you guys. There it is. Sharing. That way I'll go to the one on here. All right. So you are in between the Dwarven Valley, Tourmaline, and then Caer Dineval. That general area.
Let's see. In that big old circle we have to the south wasn't that somebody heard a voice somewhere down there?
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
hearing something coming from down there,
Yeah, but I
asking
think we
for
were,
help.
Okay, I think we were headed back to Targos to basically turn in the Lost Master side quest that we did. So we rescued the guys from the top of the cairn there or whatever, and I think ultimately we were headed back to Targos to turn in because Keegan's wife was the one that sent us on that trip.
That has happened. The last thing you were doing was coming back from Kerkoning. Kerkoning had a thief problem, and you went and found what was happening, and then have
Right,
come back from that.
but I think if I recall correctly, the sequence was we rescued the guys, brought them basically back into Karakonig, got the thief quest, started on that, but we haven't actually returned to Targos to complete that one. That's what I recall.
You're talking about the dog's owner?
Correct.
Oh.
Oh, and then we also had that crumpled piece of paper that basically said, "You'll find me on the frozen ferry in East Haven."
Yeah, you did have that because you had gotten that from the ruins. Well, it became ruins when you were done, I guess. No one else was there.
Yeah.
Our job here is done.
So East Haven is closer than Targos.
Yes.
Yes.
Not by much, but
Oh.
because you can get to a road faster.
Yeah.
We were in the process of returning to Kirkonig to report back on the thieves. That was what we were working on when we were interrupted by
Oh,
the dragon.
Did
We
not
already did that.
Karakonig?
Did
No,
we?
I thought we turned stuff in at Karakonig.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
we
maybe
did.
not.
No, we did.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we explained to them that they weren't dwarves, they were Duergar.
Which
Okay. I just
dwarves?
don't have it marked off yet then.
Well, dark dwarves.
We're just gonna roleplay Kraanan and say that when he hears Duergar, he just spits into the snow in distaste.
I mean, it's fair. They're
Yeah.
jerks. They do tend to be kind of jerks.
So, are we going to East Haven? Is that what I'm understanding?
That's fine.
To look for whatever's on this note?
Okay. Let's see. Da, 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 da. All right. So East Haven. Are you going to pass through Caer Dineval? Are you going to stop, or are you going to continue through it?
Well, let's see. If it's on the road, might as well stop, see what they've got.
Okay. It's
Well, Shadow could buy a short sword, maybe.
Yep. From Kerkoning, it's 2 hours. So from where you're at, it takes about 2 hours as well because you're about equidistant. So you can get there, and then from there to get to East Haven will be another 9.
And that's even with our dog sled.
Let's see. Actually, let's see. 7 foot. Okay, that cuts that in half. So it'll take you an hour to get to Caer Dineval and 4.5 ish to get to East Haven.
And what time of day is it?
Yeah, I think it's
Doesn't really matter. It's always dark.
yeah, pretty much. Um, I did double check. There is a way of telling, and there's either a aurora out or there is not.
But does it get colder at night?
That's what I was about to ask.
Nope, like it's
It could be
just as
colder
cold.
at night, real night.
Oh, it's the same. Okay.
Yep.
Well, then I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the only way you can really tell is if there is an aurora or not.
Well, are we rested up then?
Yeah,
Because we can do 5 hours
Yes.
let's make sure.
plus
Uh-huh.
plus
Yeah.
plus a break at Cardinal. Denable.
Let's see. Let me check something real quick. You could give me links. All right. Let's see. All right. So you get into town. It's kind of run down. Let's see. Like
Is there
everything
a
is
map
at
of the
this
town?
point. Here's a map.
Thank you.
And let's see. So they are able to tell you, like when you come to town, start checking about things. Um, there is a ferry to East Haven
Oh.
that's closed.
Oh.
Oh,
Because
Why is it
everything's frozen
closed?
over.
The ferry service gave basically gave up um, 2 months ago.
Largely because
Why?
Why?
the body of
Princi-
water is frozen.
that too. Principally though, because you'd think it'd be more, but it's frozen enough that they were previously just going out on the ice a bit and then hopping on the ferry. But once the Mead quit coming in, and
where's all the
let's see,
meat gone?
that's an excellent question. Um, but yeah, there's none to be found in town. Um,
Oh my gosh, is it
Brandon
traveling?
says, "Well, this town sucks. Let's move on."
There is a town called Good Mead. They make a lot of the mead for this region. I suspect they are suffering as much as anyone else. Yeah?
yep. Let's see. So care. Okay. Proper. All right. Sorry, I was responding to the way this reads, which is slightly disjointed. All right. So, where would you like to go in town?
I think Shadow wants to go to a weapon store.
Okay.
Yeah, probably good.
Let's see what they have.
I think I would go hang out in the tavern and just rest for a bit and see if there's any interesting strangers in town or
Okay.
anything.
Whoop. And what is this one? All right. The tavern is the uphill climb. And he he'll let you know while you're in there that he's kind of irritated at the ferry being closed, because he's not getting any mead in town, and it's because they've closed the ferry, obviously.
But no travelers or anything like that.
Very few.
Okay.
Where does he normally get mead from?
From good mead.
Okay.
It's pretty much where everybody gets their mead from.
So we should add going to good mead onto our list of things to do.
The cold is probably causing problems with the bees. Without the bees, no honey. Without the honey, no mead.
Um, you didn't ask, but he can give you the impression that he's almost closed. Like there's no places to stay bedwise or anything. If you're interested, but you can go to the care.
As in he's full or he's not selling beds?
As in he's not selling beds. Because he doesn't make his money off the beds.
Okay. I'm just gonna wait until my friends are done shopping.
All right,
Yeah.
let's see. What else? What is the next? Mhm. Okay. You can probably get one at the care. One of the townsfolk say there's not actually a dedicated weapons shop in town, but you could probably buy one. It's it's basically it's a bit of a castle. Um,
Cool. I'm gonna see if they have any rapiers.
let's see. Throw me a percentile into the box.
66.
Sure. You can buy a rapier. Let's see. Now, give me some not background. There we go. That's not necessary. Main gate. When you go up there, you're met by the guards who tell you that the speaker, Craddock Sivir, is too sick to entertain guests. Um, you can respond with what you're there for.
Do they have pikes?
Would you like to ask him if you can buy some weaponry?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they look at each other kind of suspiciously and like, well, sure, I guess. And they'll sell you some equipment that may or may not be theirs to sell.
Take a pike if they got one.
All right, how much you paying?
Did I already get my rapier?
Nope.
No. Okay. I'd like a rapier and a pike.
All right.
And
25 gold.
I have this scimitar that I'll trade for part of it.
Not really interested in trading,
Oh.
but 40 gold, and we can give you a rapier and a pike.
37.
Was that 37?
Yeah.
Okay.
Deal.
One rapier, one pike. And
You know, Pike turned out to be one of the best captains. Sorry.
anyone else there with Shadow?
No.
Alright, then just Shadow.
I guess just having some
Thanks.
brunch while
Thanks for the pike and the
we're
rapier.
waiting to move on.
Yep, they're in the party sheet. You can grab them out.
What? Oh, I grabbed them from the list, unless there's something special about the ones that you're giving me.
Nope. Yeah, and like one of those pikes belonged to the guard. Like he was just like, here, and thank you. And the other one went and got a rapier from somewhere.
Cool.
It has a red cloth tassel wrapped around it.
A distinctive hilt, so that whoever the rightful owner is, can come and find it later.
It looks like a peace bond. That being a strip of cloth where you've tied your weapon in place, so you can't just draw it quickly.
Okay.
All right. Anyone else doing anything in town before we move on to the next?
I am not.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. Marten?
Nope, all good here for now.
Kraanan?
I have no idea what he would do other than drink, and there's no mead.
Complain about there being no mead.
It does seem to be a general irritation on everybody's end. At least one person is overheard saying, I don't care who they have to sacrifice. This is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh boy.
Nice.
All right. And you'll...
Does
Been a while
somebody
since
else-
I've been to
does
a good
somebody else pipe up?
sacrifice.
No, does somebody else pipe up? It sounds like you're volunteering to the guy.
The guy seems to disappear on you. Like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Maybe, and obviously he didn't care who else. Okay, so East Haven. Let's see. It's actually pretty old. Let's see if we get a nice image. If it's like it used to be. Yep, pretty much, except bigger. And there's East Haven. You come in, of course, through
He
the
says
east
bigger,
way.
like someone's comparing Buffalo to New York.
Well, last time I actually was looking at the East Haven map was in Icewind Dale video games, in which they had a full map of East Haven where you started, and it was a lot smaller.
Well, that was several years ago. They've grown since then.
Oh yeah, it's like
It's a
300
booming
years later.
metropolis.
Yep. Let's see.
Does East Haven have mead?
They do not.
Oh, I quit.
All right, well, let's just drop everything and go fix the mead problem because clearly that's more important than whatever sacrifices are happening.
Let's see.
Well, since we're in East Haven, we're going to go to the docks and find Dearth.
Yeah, what did the note say again? Who has the note?
Well, if you'd bothered taking notes,
No.
Whoa.
or even bothered looking at the public notes. Anyways, you'll find me on the
No.
frozen ferry in this new base. The search for
Chardalin.
Chardalin continues. Long may our father reign over this dark land.
The frozen ferry.
Yeah.
So East Haven Ferry. Would that be that dock I see?
I mean,
East Haven Ferry.
there's signs to it, so.
Okay. Well, follow the sign.
All right.
Here's your sign.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's just been standing there, like on the off chance somebody will show up.
Well, let's see. So you're just going directly to the ferry, correct?
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Yes. I
Okay.
mean, I also want to solve the mead problem as well. But since we're here,
No, I was meaning, like, before going to the ferry, did you do anything else in town?
Nah.
Okay. East Haven's ferry, a keel boat, is trapped in the ice at the end of a wooden dock. A small cabin is situated towards the aft end of the hull.
You said cabin, not captain, right?
I did say cabin.
Okay. So
A
not a small
small-
captain.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know what size the captain is. I just know that his cabin isn't very large.
Well, then he's probably not very large either.
Well, let's see. That was found in the Duergar camp. We were fighting Duergar. I'm thinking he might be a Duergar.
Let's see. Encounter. I'm curious if they were nice enough to give me a map for right here, or if I have to grab one. Let's see. Like, is it frozen? Our lake. The lake is frozen when it isn't frozen. Mm-hmm. So when you get there, there's a little sign hanging from the ferry sign, saying that closed. Find me in the wet trout.
Well, that sounds like a fine establishment.
Signed, and there's a little rough signature, Scythian.
okay. The wet trout. That's to the northeast.
Yeah, we're not looking for him though. We're looking for Dearth. So I'm assuming Scythian is Scythian or whatever is the captain of the ferry. But we're not looking for him. We're looking for Dearth.
We were. Okay.
Well, do we see anybody else? Do we see anybody around, or
Okay.
just the sign?
So here's the dock with the boat and everything.
Wow.
Let's see if I can find a map.
Yep, looks cold.
Well, this whole place is cold.
And all the meat is gone.
So apparently there's also a ton of empty buildings in this town. I say that because you look at the map and there's only 750 as the population.
I mean, maybe everybody has their own building.
Or a lot of people died.
Well, I mean, they would be if the bees are dying.
Oh, the bees are dying. They just might be hibernating.
So we don't see anything else here. So our only clue is go find that captain and see if he knows about this dearth guy.
No, you can go
Well,
out onto the dock and etc. if you'd like.
Oh, well, then
go ahead and
sure.
board the ferry and search it.
All right.
Yeah.
Shadow will play lookout.
Okay. No. All right. Apologize just a second. I'm trying to find us a good battle map that is not provided for this.
Ooh, battle map.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sharpen my arrows.
You're gonna sharpen your bludgeoning arrows.
I have normal arrows.
I'm just trying to clarify.
I mean, the boxing glove arrows do kind of stick out, though, so.
Ah, thank you, whoever designed this. There we go. Record. That'll be fine. So another thing you can do with Fancy Grounds is going to checking out DM's lair, and there's extra resources. Like in this case, someone made a pack of maps to fill in the blanks. So I am just going to use this as is to save time. And then put y'all on it. So, who would like to be going out towards it first?
I will.
Okay. Okay, you.
Because Micah is the brave one.
Well, Kraanan usually takes lead too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kraanan can go after him, looking for traps and whatever.
I'll go third.
I'll go next.
Then me. Whoa. Okay. The scale got way bigger.
Yeah, because it wasn't set, so
So it was super tiny at first. Yeah.
Yes, there we go. All right, who was second?
Kraanan.
Kraanan.
Okay, okay. The next.
Marten.
Okay. Followed by.
Viorica?
All right.
Suzza.
And then Shadow.
Yeah.
I don't need that.
Is it initiative time?
Nope, not yet. That token just lives there now. Apparently.
Maybe it's a statue.
There we go. Well, he's not in the same place as he was, because reasons. All right. So. Okay. So I'm going to catch you all up. Since you're all there. Survival. As you all walk up onto the pier, Mika, Shadow, and Marten, and maybe Viorica, I don't know yet.
Okay.
Did the there we go. Okay, so those three, so Mika, Shadow, and Marten, you all notice footprints in the snow.
What kind of footprints? Or like, there's only one set of footprints because no one's coming to the dock, or is this like a heavily trafficked area?
It is not a heavy traffic, but you all do determine that there's at least one set of footprints, and they do look like the ones you'd seen prior and outside of Carricoining.
Like
So kind
Duergar
of,
footprints?
yeah, dwarfish-sized footprints.
Yep. Extra heavy, you know.
Looks like a dark dwarf has been through here.
Do they look fresh?
Yeah, the ones they can discern are fresh. Fresh enough, anyway.
Look at Kraanan and so one of your brethren is here.
I think Kraanan spits into the brethren, not my brethren. Say that again and I'll throw you in the water.
Okay.
Where do the tracks lead? Like onto the boat?
Yep.
Or away from the boat?
I'm going to go on the boat.
Okay. Go ahead and go on the boat. Let's see. There we go. All right.
Hello.
Can Kraanan go on the boat in a
Sneakier manner.
cautious? Well, I was thinking less sneaky and more make sure there's not a tripwire fashion.
Yep. Let's see.
Hello. Is anyone on board?
But I wasn't worried about being sneaky.
We are just adventurers, and we are looking for someone. We think they might have come on board, and we wanted to ask around.
Is that the only way on the ship? Is right there?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, without becoming extra creative, yes.
Okay.
How much taller than the dock is the boat?
I'm gonna say 5 feet.
That doesn't sound like I have to be that creative.
I didn't say you had to be very creative. You just can't walk across the gangplank
I feel like Shadow and the trees could just jump on the boat.
plausibly.
Probably.
Kraanan probably could because he has those boots.
Yep.
You
Did
don't-
anybody reply?
Nope.
Okay.
Hello.
As you walk along the boat, there's like each step creaks pretty hard.
Is anyone there?
Let's do perception. I'll give it to everybody who's on the boat.
Are those benches? Oh, this is a ferry, so those are benches.
Yep.
Hey, the water's frozen around here.
Rolling pretty poorly today so far.
All right, so Kraanan, Marten, and Mika, you all noticed that the ice has been chipped away around the doors of the cabin.
Do I notice any booby traps around the cabin?
Nope.
Ah, it's a good thing that we are not boobies, but it might have been dangerous for other people as well.
Kick open the door.
Let's see.
Please do.
Kick open the door.
Okay, you kick open the door. Let me complete everyone's movement.
Surprise! We have come for a visit.
Given how much you've been shouting, I really don't feel like it's a surprise.
So I will be last.
No, you won't. You, in fact, will not be last.
Okay. That's unfortunate for someone.
You were surprised by your surprising.
There we go. All right. So we'll start with Viorica. What would you like to do this turn?
Oh, well, do we see anything in the hold?
Not yet. This is as kicking is happening.
Okay, can I hold my action then?
Sure.
Do I have to say what action I'm holding?
You have to say what action you're holding and what will set it off.
Okay. If somebody starts attacking any of our party, I shall magic missile them.
Okay. Any movements?
Oh, I can move and prepare an action?
So you can move. You can even take a bonus action, but your action is to hold your action.
Okay, then I'm just going to go right here.
Okay. And to use your held action takes a reaction.
Okay.
So, all right. In that case, pass your turn, and you've got a held action. Shadow in the trees.
Gonna move kind of more up to the gangplank. And ready in action to how do I want to say this? I'm gonna ready an attack action in case some people or someone approaches the ferry.
Okay.
But it may be depending on their demeanor, it may be more warning shot than actual trying to shoot them between the eyes. Does that work for you?
Yeah. Marten.
All right, so the door's kicked in, but we don't see anybody yet.
The door is on its way in. It is not quite opened yet.
Okay, do I have to wait for it to be open, or can I actually enter the cabin with it?
You can. Let's see. Who's doing the kicking again? Kraanan?
Kraanan.
Okay. Yeah, sure. If you'd like to, in this case, delay until the door is open, you may.
Sure.
Okay. Kraanan kicks the door open, door's open, and nothing appears to be in there except for some beds and piles of stuff.
Like, what kind of stuff?
Like
Okay, so the
rations.
door is now.
Yeah, the door is now open.
So I can
Okay.
actually move into the cabin then.
Yep.
All right. I move
Is it
into the cabin.
mimics?
Right. All right. Let's see. I'm going to do it like this. What's your passive perception, by the way?
I don't know, 10 plus whatever. 14.
Okay. Surprise cough. Okay. So there is breathing happening to either side of you.
See, mimics.
Don't
All right.
be a mimic.
Let's see.
Don't
So
be a mimic.
still my turn, I guess. Regarding my movement, or at least part of it. I call out. We're looking for Dearth. Have him surrender now, and he won't be harmed.
Good speech.
Any reaction? No reaction?
Not as of yet.
All right. Well, in which case, I'll go ahead.
Something tells me you'll know there's a reaction when you get punched in the face.
Yeah, probably.
Don't be a mimic. Don't be a
I'll
mimic.
pass my turn
Don't be
then.
a mimic.
Okay. Whoop.
Oh dear. Surprise! Did that?
Disadvantage. Why
And-
a disadvantage?
I don't. I can't. Can I see this thing that's attacking?
Let's see. You cannot. There's a wall in the way,
Yeah, I gotta-
unfortunately.
What's Marten's umbral sight do?
That's let's see. What does it do?
Umbral sight?
Let him see invisible or make him invisible?
Well, I gained dark vision up to a range of 60, which I already had, so it increases by 30. I'm adept at evading creatures that rely on dark vision, so while in darkness, I am invisible if that's how they would see me, is with dark vision. They would have to perceive me some other way than dark vision in order to actually see me.
Okay, that explains the disadvantage on the attack then.
Are we in the dark?
There is no light in here, and there's no light outside. Unless you've provided some light, then you are in fact in the dark.
Okay. I wasn't sure it was actually nighttime or not. We are outside after all.
Again, doesn't really matter.
The only
It
difference.
does for that ability.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. So
Does it when it's artificially dark?
It's not our. I mean, did somebody drop darkness on us? Because otherwise, we're not in artificial darkness. It's nighttime. But if it were daytime, it would affect that ability. Because
Well, except for this is an unusual darkness in that it's not normally dark this long, this all the time up even up this far north. So there's something going on.
I see your point. Yeah.
no sun, no moon, just just auroras at best.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that.
Sometimes easy to forget that.
It is.
And if we can see auroras, then we know it's not cloud cover.
Right.
So can you actually see better at night here? If there's auroras?
They make up for the lack of sunlight. I mean, not sunlight, starlight. That's how. Whoop.
We're all gonna die.
Nah, you've dealt with these before.
Survivor Dragon can survive this.
Okay, I don't know why. Oh, same reason. All right. Kraanan. Well, there's 2 Duergar in here for sure.
Hey,
At
one of them
least.
looks kind of big too.
Yeah, he grew.
Neat trick. I'm not sure what square Mike is in exactly. Is this an attack? Can I attack the big guy from this square?
You can attack diagonally.
We'll
It's
attack.
not even diagonally because he's large. So
Sure. Let's see. How does this thing work? So the unarmed is like a bonus action. Is that right?
yeah. So he probably attacks with his short sword, I think, and then he will be unarmed with his
Right.
with his second.
It's a little stabby. Wrong weapon. Little stabby and kicky. Less with the stabbing.
And more with the kicking.
Definitely more of the kicking.
Way more
Alright.
with the kicking.
So go ahead and
Sweet.
trigger his sneak attack.
Do I need to? Is it not going to do it automatically?
Let's see. It probably won't because now he's using strength, and it's not set for that. So sneak
Okay.
attack manual needs to be updated.
Boom. 17.
Okay, roll 2d6 more. Let me update this. Magic.
Oh, is his sneak up higher?
Let's see if it is or
He's
not.
only a level 1 rogue.
Oh, then never mind. I keep
3
thinking
monk,
it's more.
1 rogue.
All right. So yeah, 17 points of damage.
Booyah!
Right in the knee.
I like it.
All right, Suzza.
Alright. If I go like here, can I see the big guy?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then I will Eldritch Blast
It looks like you will.
decently. Eh. It's done better.
All right. So, Viorica, your reaction is available if you would like to take it.
Excellent. Yes, and that's on the Zublor.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, do I just roll damage? I don't have to roll to hit?
Correct.
Nice.
Magic missile hits automatically.
Ooh.
Okay.
You got what, 3 of them?
And so you can put. Where do you want to put those 3 missiles?
On Zublor.
Okay, and they each will do 4. So that'll be 12.
And then I'm going. Oh no, that was just my reaction. This is not my turn, so I don't need to pass anything. Okay.
Right. Zorblor is probably going to swing and miss at Kraanan, but let's see what happens. Yep. Mika.
Did we lose Mika?
We can't hear you. He's doing stuff.
Sorry, I was coughing earlier and I forgot I muted myself. I'm as a bonus action dropping the bear totem.
Okay.
So that should get all of us up here on deck.
Yep. Go ahead and select everybody and hit the temporary hit points, and I'll apply it.
Okay. I always forget how to select people. Is it control and select?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I can get Shadow. Can I get Shadow? Is he close enough? I don't think he's close enough.
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably just out.
And should I just drag the effect over?
Just go ahead and open up the false life. Let's go on there and
The heal or the effect?
where is the heal? The effect should automatically kick in when after it's been
Okay,
there and people move around and stuff.
So I just click on it?
Yep.
There we go. Everybody gets 9 temporary hit points. So
Cool.
that's my bonus action. For my action, because I like to bring the light to the party. I will cast Hex on Zublor.
Okay.
So, and I believe that is also a bonus action.
So you'll need
So
to.
I can't.
So you can't.
So I
right?
can't do. Yeah. Oh well. In that case, I'll just cast Moonbeam. So right at the back wall here. So I'm catching the two. I forget how to ping. Yeah,
Like
the two
here?
on the other. No, the
Here?
other side. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So just select, unselect everybody, which on the map you can, there's a circle within a circle with a slash through it up on the top. If you click on that, it'll clear your targets, and then you can
Okay.
target them individually, either on the combat tracker or on the map.
Okay. Do I have them selected properly?
You've got Klasa.
And also,
Right.
do I?
Is not selected. There he is. There you go.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure. And all right. So Moonbeam and just drag the cast
Yep.
over. Is
Yep.
okay. It's got a bunch of buttons there. Sometimes I don't know which ones I'm supposed to use. Only one person saved there.
I noticed that. That's odd. Go ahead and drag and drop it on the other guy individually, on Castle.
Okay.
Casca.
On Klaska?
Yep.
Okay.
Who also rolled a 20 on their save, so they both saved as much as they could.
What the? Okay.
Uh,
All right.
think of it this way. You're eating their 20s on that save versus them hitting you guys.
Sure. I'll take that.
Okay, and that'll attach to both of them. So I'll just drop it. Class is looking pretty rough.
Okay.
Alright, pass your turn.
Yeah.
Alright. The different one.
Did Klaska take half damage?
Yep. They both took half damage.
Well, one took 4 and one took 8.
Which one took? Ah, interesting. Alright. Fixed. Thanks for pointing that out. Alright, so this fella. How does this work? Alright, he tries to invade Marten's mind, but it doesn't work, and then he just stabs.
I like how the DM is just like casual about it. He tries to invade your mind. It doesn't work, so he's just going to stab you.
I mean, how rude.
I mean, failed to stab you, but still. Alright, Viorica.
Okay.
There's a
I'm
chance that may be off here in a
Oh.
second.
Okay. I'm gonna move up here. Oops. Tried. There we go. And can I? All right. So that bear spirit, is that in the way if I try to throw a scorching ray at Zublor?
It is not. You're actually going through the doorway, and it's immaterial. The the bear spirit can't be interacted with,
Okay.
basically. And what you're doing is you're shooting from your square into Zubor's square via the door.
Yes.
So
The door's open, right?
yes, it is.
Okay. Oh. That was so close.
Luckily, there's two more.
Oh, I get two more?
Yep.
Let's see. Create 3 rays of fire. Oh, I do. Oh, so I roll separately for each of them?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Well, that was interesting.
There we go.
Hey, Alex, I'm
Yay!
gonna be AFK for a minute because my mom's calling.
Okay. All right. You did 8 fire
Nice.
damage to him.
Too bad I didn't hit him with another one. And then that's an action. I don't think I have any bonus actions that I can use really to fight with at this point. So I'm going to pass my turn.
Okay. Shadow.
Well, it sounds like there's all sorts of fun happening. Let's see. I'm not done yet. I have 20. Move to there.
Okay.
And can I get a nice shot on Sunblight?
Yep.
Excellent. Let's double check that. Excellent. So, gonna attack this guy. You only get 1 attack so far, right?
Right.
Alas, not yet. Right, shoot at him. 9 hits. I like this. For maximum damage. Excellent. I'm gonna action surge and shoot at him again.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Good thing he's got no AC because my rolls are crap. All right, 6 damage and wait. Let me check something real quick. I'm gonna re-roll. Use my piercing ability and re-roll that attack. I'll just drop in the chat though. Haha! I do 1 more point of damage.
Okay. I'll adjust. Okay. Applied.
And I'm done.
All right. Marten.
All right. I am going to attack to subdue Dearth
Okay.
with my spear. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be advantage or not.
You count as invisible, so it is.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a dread ambusher ability, and that's only works on the first turn. So I didn't want to. Okay, cool. And then with my Polearm Master ability, I flip my spear around and I hit him with the other end.
All right. That hits him too.
And I tell him again, surrender. I pass my turn.
All right. Whistle.
Oswald starts his turn in the moonbeam. He must make a save.
Okay. Go ahead and apply it to him.
Okay. What the heck?
Now, see, you did that because you told him that he had to make a save. You're supposed to roll a save, but then fail it. But no, you said he had to make it, so he did.
Like a
Okay.
again, like a champ.
He still takes damage.
Yep. He takes 8. I'm curious if the next one will also roll a 20 on their save, because that'll be 4.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm fine with them rolling on saves. Stormy Doom.
Next.
Next on the Wheel of Misfortune. Turn.
Roll a fail on his save now.
Very well.
See? Don't tell them to make their save. Tell them to fail their save.
Flump. Oh, it's melee actually. Kraanan.
Oh boy.
You could move through me and be between Dearth and the other guy.
I could. The key points come back. Is that a long rest? Short or long rest? Oh, fantastic.
I don't think you want to go further into the room.
Oh,
'Cause-
Kraanan wants to go further into the room. That's a legal square, yeah? Cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a key point to make 2
Martial arts
unarmed
attacks.
attacks after the short sword. I'm gonna go after Dearth here.
Okay.
You try to kill him or try to subdue him?
We'll cross that bridge when something actually lands. Assuming something lands. Hey, here we go. Yeah, if we'll subdue him if we deal that much damage. But all right,
Alright.
that was the first attack. So second attack also hits.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Mom was supposed to call me at 4 and she forgot.
Yeah, it happens.
He's
As luck
still
would
up.
have it, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So Oswald is still there.
Yep.
You know, I'm gonna. Is there room to get in here?
Yes,
There,
though there
there
is a
is.
moonbeam burning thing
Yeah.
right there.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
You can
Actually,
step up behind me though, where Kraanan was.
I'm gonna go to this guy, Zublor.
Yep.
And I will swing and a miss. No hit. Hey.
And you
So-
execute him.
Haha. Take that. Do I just have one attack right now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Then that will be mine.
Most classes with the second attack will happen either at 5th level or 6th level
Okay.
if they get a second one.
Okay. Then that's me.
Mika.
Okay. Well, I will apparently need to change my tactic. Because I was going to sort of use the moonbeam to erase them from existence, but since the room is filled with my friends, I think I'll skip that. I'm going to on the last one, I'm going to drop the moonbeam. On the last one, I'm going to use Hex as a bonus action.
Okay.
And let's see here. So it's Dearth Sunblight. Blight. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Blight or Hex on him.
Okay.
So open that up. And Does he instantly take it, or only if I hit him? Does he instantly take damage, or only after I hit him?
Once you hit him.
Okay.
Or when damage occurs to him from you, it does additional.
Okay. So I shouldn't drag the effect over yet?
Yeah, you can apply the effect to him, yes. Because it'll check for, like, cursed. Or hexed, rather.
Okie doke.
I can do sneak attack to get sneak attack with Kraanan.
And then I'm going to use my cantrip, Shillelagh, on my stick, and I'm going to go attack him with my Shillelagh. So I'm going to move over and stab him with my Shillelagh.
Well, not really a stabbing weapon.
You know what I meant.
Aye.
So, attack. And miss. Oh well. And that will be my turn.
Okay.
I did call for him to surrender.
Yep. On his turn. Oh, good. So, Suzza, you will attack Marten.
Did you say there's an evil attack, Marten?
No, I said Suzza will attack Marten.
Oh.
My bad.
Uh-oh. What?
He invaded her mind.
Oh, no.
Was
Well,
that an
you
attack now, or is
know.
that an attack on her turn? Just clarify.
No, it's her now.
Okay.
It's her reaction, but she makes an attack.
With my sword.
Yep.
On
With
Marten.
whatever you want.
Attack you with my big
Wait,
toe.
why did it?
Because he's invisible, because you see him via...
Okay. Well, either way, I miss, luckily.
Yeah. Thankfully, you did not crit him or anything.
That's what I was worried about.
And then he will stab Kraanan.
And I will also go ahead and say that he has disadvantage on his dex checks from his from the hex. I can drag the effect over, I guess. I didn't think about that effect being added there.
That's odd.
You had it on there, actually.
Did I? I had the other effect on there, but it didn't show the disadvantage.
I mean, the disadvantage check's on there twice now, so.
Oh. Okay.
And then he gives up.
Then he gives up?
And
Okay.
then he gives up?
Yep.
Me give up.
That didn't work out to his satisfaction.
Well, see how it's not my turn. I cannot accept his surrender yet.
Alright,
We
Viorica.
do probably need to question him.
Okay, so do I understand what just happened? Do I know that spell?
No. There was no spell or anything either. He
Oh.
just gave her a glare, and then she attacked Marten, and then he stabbed Kraanan, and when Kraanan didn't fall over, he was like, "That's it."
Okay, which one was that? Osel or Sunblight?
Sunblight.
Sunblight. I'm gonna try and cast blindness on him.
Okay.
Oh, that went. I don't know why it went. I don't know why I couldn't see that. I dropped it on him. I guess.
I
Oh,
think-
because it was a save.
He's
Yep,
blind.
I understand. Yay!
I think there's a joke in there about maybe Micah flashing him, but that's all right.
Oh boy. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Shadow. There's a big dude in a beam, and then there's a normal-sized gray dwarf back there.
Beam is gone though. He
Yeah,
just
the beam
missed
is
it.
gone.
Okay.
I dropped it when I did the hex.
And there's Suzza swinging at Marten.
You
Is she still
finished.
swinging in Marten?
No, just the once.
Okay, cool.
Oh, am I
Uh,
apologizing yet?
I'm
I
gonna
think
go
you've
for
got
big
a few
shot,
tenths of a second left until then.
and I'm gonna shoot at this other guy, Ossel.
Okay.
Sweet. Incoming damage, buddy. Oh god, that's terrible.
Yep, sure is.
I'm gonna just
Doesn't
for
matter. He dies
posterity's
anyways.
sake, I'm gonna re-roll that because I can.
Okay, he still dies.
Yeah. And he's done.
All right, Marten.
All right. So if he surrendered, I tie him up.
Okay. And unless anyone objects, we will end initiative.
I am so sorry, Marten. I don't know what happened.
Huh? What?
Kraanan lightly objects. After the guy's tied up, he's gonna whack him on the head.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's blind too.
He doesn't even see me coming.
What?
I'm not gonna roll damage. Like I'm not trying to hurt him. Just
Yeah,
smack
yeah,
him.
that's how I took it.
So Marten turns back to Suzza and says, "What are you talking about?"
Nothing. Carry on.
Okay. Guys, you missed.
Because you couldn't see him for some reason.
Anyways, all right. So I'm not exactly sure what we want to do with him. I know he's got some plot things that we want to interrogate, or maybe we take him to the magistrate or the city watch or something to interrogate. But
I was gonna say we can turn him to authorities for sure.
Yeah. Along with his little note.
After he answers any questions we might have.
Oh, and even though he's blinded, put a blindfold on him as well, because I'm assuming his. Not that I necessarily know anything, but I kind of felt something trying to go into my mind. Something he'd have to like see somebody.
Yep. Well, it's definitely not going to work right now. So it's not hard. It's not hard to subdue him when he's blind and relatively beaten up. He's well past bloody.
All right. Anybody want to interrogate him here, or do we just turn him over?
I mean, we should interrogate him here, but I don't know what we're supposed to interrogate him on.
Well, he in his note. It's like from this new base, the search for Charlene continues. So first of all, I don't know anybody named Charlene. So I don't know why they're searching
Charlene
for
and
him.
not
Or
Schindlerin.
yeah, Char.
Brandon, you're a dwarf. Ask him what Charlene is.
Kraanan will slap him, ask him what Schindlerin is, then slap him again.
It's hard to make out, but his description it's a magical ice. Does it melt and can be worked?
Is he crying yet?
Nope.
So
Slap him again.
Out of character metagaming. That's basically black ice then.
Kind of. It is black in color and it is ice, but it does not melt. And it's infused magically.
Right. Okay. There's a I think they call it black ice in Neverwinter. So
Okay.
Kraanan will slap him again. Wait, are they looking for it, or they know where it is? I don't remember what the note said. They're searching for it, or they have someone they're trying to ship it.
Just the search. The search continues, and then long may our Father reign over this dark land. So maybe who's your daddy?
Yeah, slap him. Who's your daddy? Slap him. Who's your
Stop
daddy?
that.
Slap him.
Stop it, that.
I'm gonna move forward.
Okay. He says
And
Zoradok as you're moving forward.
he says Zoradok.
Yep.
And I just look at him and I say,
You know he
Zord?
can't see you, right?
huh? Yep, I know.
You know he can't
But
see
I'm
you, right?
looking at him. I'm looking at him. And I say, Zoradok's fortress has a forge? Powered by the still beating heart of a red dragon. And Zoradok is crafting a dragon made of Chardalyn. And he wants to destroy the 10 towns? And the Chardalyn dragon is close to being finished.
Okay, that doesn't sound like a good thing.
That was too fast for me to take notes with too.
I can say it again.
Or just put it down in a note and make it public.
I don't know how to do that.
What'd you do? Read
Yeah,
it
do
wrong?
it.
Over on the right hand side, there's a button that says notes. You click that. You click new. You type it all out. You make it public.
That was sent right back to me.
Oops.
It's still set to towards me. Here, I'll do it.
I could. There.
There you go. Y'all can read that. Yep.
I can read both of them. So
I was gonna say I could see both.
All right.
I don't know if I can copy and paste it though.
I put it in our chat.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, right click on it.
So where's the fortress?
He starts to point in a direction, and then he kind of point in here. Like he was looking for, like he was trying to point towards something that was in the cabin. It's on
He's
a map.
pointing-
Kraanan will
cabin?
search the cabin.
Okay. You find a map.
Hey, look, a map.
We need to loot bodies and yeah, definitely search the cabin and all that.
Let's see. All right. The only other thing you can manage to get out of him is that he has a brother. And
Had a brother?
that he has a brother.
Oh, he doesn't know that his brother is no more.
Okay.
Unless that's what you're saying.
Unless-
You had a
unless you wanna
brother.
tell it.
I'm
But-
saying had a brother.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Will he
What about
tell
the
us
brother?
if the owner of the ferry knows that he's boarding up in it?
No. I mean, he'll tell you, but no, he doesn't. No. They were here to collect more Chardalyn. Let's see. Jim, probably.
It'd be real nice if under notes you could set up different categories to hide these notes in.
Okay. And let's see. Got a player map. Trying to mark it on your map.
Did somebody's character ask me if I read his thoughts?
I don't know that it was in character as much as it was like, oh, did you use your little shiny thingy and read his thoughts?
I just smile at you.
actually, let's. So they're different.
So a little. We got a 5-foot square, a 5-foot circle, and a 15-foot circle on the map.
Yeah, the 5-foot square is pretty much the spot on the map that he has in there that you can, as far as you can discern it. The big circle is where the emanation is coming from via the psi crystal.
Right.
So maybe
Call
the
for help
same
or whatever.
place, since they overlap.
Well, it sounds like we have a place to go and look.
Yep.
Yep.
Or two.
And let's turn this guy into the authorities.
Indeed.
Yep. Along
Okay.
with his note.
It's not hard to get him to take him.
Well, before we do that, though, I mean, let's finish up here and finish looting the bodies and searching the cabin.
Okay.
Yeah, and we should probably go into the hold too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I would.
We turn this guy in. We should make sure to mention the mind controlling. Like,
Yeah,
keep the dude blindfolded.
Read blind this to me. Let me know how long it lasts.
it only
And-
lasts for
and
a
tied-
minute. It's
Okay.
and
gone
tied
at
up.
this point.
All right.
But, I did mention we put a blindfold on him.
Yep. I mean, I'm assuming because I saw him staring at Suzza that's. If I'm not familiar with it, I'm making an assumption that I had to make him blind for him not to do that again. So.
Yeah, and my assumption is when he tried it on me and failed, I still knew that there was something kind of odd. And since he was basically staring at me, I kind of figured that's what it was.
Okay. But yeah, they'll take him off your hands. Let's see. Treasure. All right. All right. That's gonna be irritating. All right. Let's do this. Item. So there is that. I'm making sure y'all get the things you should get. Okay, so is he wearing armor? Yeah. All right. So leather.
Holy cow! 20-pound bags of Charlatan shards.
3 of them.
What is Shardlin?
Well, if you're familiar with the game Neverwinter and up in the Icewind Dale area there, they basically call it black ice. It's an ice that is corrupted that can be forged in, or imbued into other items such as weapons and armors and stuff like that, and it doesn't melt, but it's also corrupted. That's what he was basically saying.
Thank you.
And let's see.
Ooh, there's a pick for you, Shadow.
I got a rapier now. I'm good.
Okay, there you go.
Ooh, 15 javelins. Who uses javelins?
Use them. I don't use them often, but I can.
Yeah, I thought somebody else had javelins as well.
It's a classic for people who are melee heavy and are closing. They can throw a javelin and then move.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Would y'all like to rest in town or anything?
Probably at least a short rest.
Okay.
Well,
Would like
hang
a
on.
spell or two back. That would be nice.
How long would it take us to get to Good Mead?
Let's see.
I'm
Two
gonna
and a
take a
quarter
shield.
hours.
So, do you want to rest here in East Haven, or do you want to go ahead and head to Good Mead and then just rest in Good Mead?
Should how long have we been traveling? Today?
Not very long.
About 6 hours.
Yep.
We had
6,
an
7.
hour in and then about 4 hours down. So yeah, about 6 hours.
How close are we to exhaustion?
Pretty far.
Okay. That's the definer. 6 hours across some terrain could be enough to wipe you for a day. Wasn't sure if we were in that kind of situation.
Well, basically the bulk of that though was along the road. So we just had an hour into whatever the other town was, Cairdenval, and then we took the road into East Haven. So it's not like we were going cross country.
And we definitely
Go ahead.
So we definitely took a short rest though.
Yeah, you can have a short rest.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody want any of that stuff? Is it kind of?
I'm gonna
I'm
take a
assuming
shield.
it's all pretty much just mundane. Do we want to just go ahead and sell it then, or not the ice, but the the dagger, the javelins, leather, scale mail? I've already got scale mail. I don't know if anybody else would want scale mail.
I'm good.
Is it? How heavy is it?
I don't need any of them. Oh, hey, I forgot that I had the moon sickle. I need to keep that in mind.
I've already applied it to your healing spells too.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, I am selling.
So yeah, I'm thinking maybe we just go
I'll
ahead and
sell the
sell the everything but the Chardlin
Yeah.
shards here in town.
They weren't going to sell anyway because I just created the item in the parcel.
I think we want to do a little bit of investigation on these Charlatan shards, see if we can find somebody other than Duergar who knows anything about them.
Well, I do have the investigation skill.
Yeah, are there any like nature skills or anything that we can do to maybe find out something more about them, or I don't know,
They are unnatural.
Arcana check?
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
I'm also a researcher.
Well, that'll
As
help.
am I. As am
Um,
I.
there is not a library to research in nearby, unfortunately. However, let's see what I can come up with. Okay. All right. There was once a wizard who created a black tower um, via demonic energy. It fused with the surrounding house to form what is known as Charlatan. It's a non-magical crystalline substance, strong as metal, though considerably easier to work with than steel. Um, various deposits have been found across the Dale. Contact with it, well, that has that has been suffused with demonic magic can warp a creature's mind, and makes them go insane until it leaves them. It's cold to the touch and is it is easier to enchant than other materials.
Is that something you can post in chat somewhere?
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Charlatan by itself is neutral, but it can be infused by both demonic and celestial energy. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Just for the most part, you run into the bad stuff.
Yeah, it's probably good we're hanging on to them.
Well, that just means we need to take it to like a temple or something where they can have it cleansed and then reinfused with celestial energy, right?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, if it can be forged into weapons or whatnot.
That could maybe destroy the 10 towns. We don't want that to happen.
That hurt.
Next.
Well, that was a poor roll.
Wow, we're not doing so hot.
Not as bad as mine.
It's not a nature thing.
I know nothing.
You know what I've just told you, and that's about it.
And that's it. Okay.
Uh, maybe
Eh,
Shadow?
Nothing different for Shadow. Nothing exceptionally different.
At least
So-
I rolled higher than a 10. I feel good about that.
All right. So, good mead or something else?
Sure, why not? We were headed that way in that general direction, anyways, right?
Clearly, these people need mead.
I mean, okay. I'm
Well, they're ready.
more-
They're willing to sacrifice for it, so we need to take that off the table.
Well, we don't know that they're willing to sacrifice for it. We just had some idiot in a bar said, "I don't care who they sacrifice," and so when he said, "Okay, sounds like you're volunteering," then you shut up.
Yeah, I'm certainly more interested in going to the things that we found on the map. But if
Well, I
you,
mean, good meat is kind of sort of on the way.
Yeah,
uh,
it is.
as
Probably
you
go
wish.
down to Dugan's Hole and then down from there.
Yeah, I mean, take the roads as far as we can and then cut across country.
Okay.
So yeah, sounds like good meat it is.
Which is not currently living up to its name.
Not so much.
Well, I mean, the mead might be good. If you don't have it, you don't know. Let's see. All right, so a little while later, 2.25 hours later, you start to pull into good mead, as I've shared the map with you, coming in on the east way.
So as we're coming in, I take a look at the waters. Are they really red?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Said as we're coming into town, I kind of take a look at the water. I said, "Is it really red?"
Nope. At least not now. All right.
All right. Well,
Well, there's a mead hall and a speaker's house.
yeah. Well, and I'm also seeing that Shrine of the Flaming Sword. I'm kind of wondering if they might be able to do something with this Charlatan.
We could go there first, if everybody else agrees.
Or we can just head to the mead hall and do the shrine later.
Yeah, but we
It's
don't
all
know how
good.
long it would. I mean, if we want them to bless the scales, it may take some time.
True.
It'd be worth at least making sure that we're not carrying something that might kill us.
Okay. So as you walk up to the Shrine of the Flaming Sword, it seems awful sparse. And by that, in this case, it appears to be vacant, except for uh, something inside, which you can see because there's not really walls.
Is it a flaming sword?
Nope.
False advertising.
All right.
Wait,
Well,
there's no walls on purpose, or the walls have been torn down?
There's no walls on purpose.
Okay.
Not full walls, anyway. As you get closer, you notice that there is a table in the center of the shrine, um, with an object of about 6'4" ish, um, covered with cloth that's kind of blowing in the frozen wind, freezing wind.
does it look like it might be short? Sword shaped.
Nope.
Person shaped?
Person shaped.
Okay.
Yeah. As you get closer, you can see that there's a shroud, more or less, over a body, and the blood is soaked through in spots um, on this very large person.
Just checking, is this person definitively dead?
Yes, they are
Okay.
air temperature. That is to
Okay.
say, like 2 degrees.
Yeah,
Just checking.
because we all know you're not dead until you're warm and dead.
Hmm.
Indeed.
He's
That
quite
is the thing.
warm and dead, and the shroud probably would have flown off him if it wasn't frozen to him by the stab wounds in his chest.
Pleasant.
And nobody else is around.
No one else is around. The building looks like it's not been kept up very well. There are chipped icons here and there around it, and there's a few panels, not walls, but panels with faded pictures of Tempest wielding a flaming sword. But you have to kind of, look at it carefully to start making out any kind of detail. And there's a lot of footprints around it. But
Where do these footprints seem to be going? Just all over the place?
Yes.
Nowhere in particular? Okay.
Is it recent?
Yep.
Okay.
And are they like the Duergar footprints again, or?
There are all sorts of footprints. Like a crowd of a bunch of people had come together and then dispersed.
Like, maybe paying respects to this fallen person, whoever they are, and then leaving. State funeral or whatnot. All right. Well, I guess maybe we head to the meat hall, see what they can tell us about stuff.
Okay. All right. You go to the mead hall, and it is in good shape, and is sealed. Um, Now, as you start getting closer, you start hearing a buzzing.
Like bees buzzing or
Yes,
different type of buzzing?
exactly that kind of buzzing.
And the meat hall is sealed.
Well, it's closed, but it's not sealed. You can go into it. It is openable.
Okay.
It is the purveyor of good meads, honey, wine.
Well, I don't want to necessarily break in just yet. Maybe we head down to the speaker's house, see what he can tell us. Somebody's got to be able to tell us something if we can find somebody.
If you're there and you're trying the door is openable. I'm just saying it is sealed against the weather.
So the doors are just kind of closed then, more
Yes.
or less.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I mean, they're
Go
kind of
inside, I
stiff,
suppose.
but it's probably because there's a kind of a rubber seal around it, a natural rubber seal.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking you were saying basically that it was all locked up or whatnot.
Nope.
All right. Let's go into the meat hall then.
Okay. And when you go in, there you can tell A, where the buzzing's coming from, and B, it is warm in here. And there are bees off to the sides and behind mesh, like rows of beehives.
All right. I just kind of call out, "Hello, anybody here?"
Hi, comes up a young man. Can I help you?
Yeah, we were just in Care Dinaval, and they don't seem to have any mead. We're just kind of curious. Are you guys still producing mead? What's going on?
Well, we're still working on it for sure. Um, all of our shipments were stolen a little while ago. Um, so it's it it's still pretty hard to keep all the production going. What with the weather and all. I mean we're keeping the bees alive and we're making as much as we can. There's just a lot to go around and there was a big fella came and stole it all. So
A big fellow. The big fellow that's in front of the shrine?
no, that was the speaker. He tried to defend the mead and made sure it got where it was going, but unfortunately he met his end.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He doesn't sound very sad or unhappy about this turn of events. I don't trust him.
Is that Shadow or Kraanan speaking?
Little of both. More Patrick out of character and having fun, but
There you go.
So this big fellow who stole the mead, he did it by himself?
Yep, that's what I've heard.
And what did he look like?
I don't know. I mean, all I've heard is he was really big, and I mean I get to keep in here and help with the bees, so I wasn't there. I don't really go outside
Okay.
who
much.
was there?
Yeah, that's the next question. If you don't know much, who does?
Well, we I can tell you the direction he went because the person who knows the most is, well,
Dead.
resting. Yeah.
Well, what direction did he go?
Um, if you he'll point like if you go out and go that way, a direction, um, towards the
At the
edge of the
same direction
forest.
as all the other stuff we want to go?
Let's see. Nope. It's not like yeah. So
Well, I mean,
no,
is
not
he kind of
specifically.
pointing to?
Come here.
Is he kind of pointing to the road towards East Haven, or is he pointing to the road towards Dugan's Hole, or is he pointing off some other completely random direction?
Let's see.
Or just the forest next to Goodmead?
It's the forest next to Goodmead.
Well, is there anybody else in town that might know a bit better description than just a big fellow? I mean,
I mean, I don't know. Like you can't miss him big. I think is what I gathered. I don't know if he was a giant or what, but he wasn't like a frost giant. But he was big.
Was he like a big dwarf?
Or perhaps an ogre?
No, someone probably would have said ogre.
troll, something like that.
I mean, I'm going on third-hand information. I don't really know if it was an ogre or not. I'm just saying they didn't say ogre. They said a really big giant of a person, but they didn't say frost giant either. So
Well, I mean, he's not really asking for our help here, so
So a
Well,
Goliath.
he's not, but at the same time, if we happen to find the mead shipments and basically take it with us back to some of these towns, I'm sure we could get, a little something for it. Not to mention we'd have Mead.
I'm just pointing out what Patrick was saying about, wow, he doesn't seem too concerned.
I mean, he's like 12.
True.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
missed that part.
Buried the
Yeah, me
lead there.
too.
He just said a young man, so that could
Yeah.
be pretty much anything.
Sorry, young man, medieval standard, not young man today's standard.
Okay.
Like he's an apprentice beekeeper.
Okay.
You could just said boy.
Well, now it's
Anyways.
now it's making more sense. Okay. So then with whom should we talk?
Um.
Well, I mean, like, who's your brewmaster?
Oh, that's Harold. But he's out well, I guess he's at the speaker's house with the rest of the people.
To the speaker's house.
Yep.
To the speaker's house.
All right, side
Well, thank
show
you very
up.
much, young fellow. I don't think we caught his name.
You didn't.
Don't think we asked.
Not sure it was worth it.
No, that's fine. So we go ahead and leave and make sure the door's nice and closed and sealed up again, and head to the speaker's house.
Okay. Let's see. I swear. Here's the sidebar. Okay. Look to this other section. Thanks. Just a second here. Oh, for the love. Would you like to get this other quest? No, not yet. How about this other thing? No, not yet. Alright, so you get to the speaker's house, and there are a few members of the town folk who are are established people in town, and they're trying to decide on who to make the new speaker. On the side of that going on, someone will approach you and can tell you what happened, which is a Verbeg came and tried to steal the shipments of Mead and succeeded, and now we don't have a speaker anymore.
A Verbeg?
Yeah, a Verbig.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like shorthand for very big.
You know, it
Yeah.
might be, in fact. I mean, Now we don't have much because all of our mead's gone, so we don't have much. We can, if you can go and get it for us, we can give you free lodging and some drink for a 10-day, if you want. Um, every 10-day, we do give our sacrifice of warmth, excluding the mead hall. Um, just so you know, but that's what we can do, and I can point you in the general direction of where the VBig went.
Sure, anything would help.
Okay. So they tell you how to get to that particular part of like that area of the forest, which is in fact the forest near Goodmead on the map. Um, and how would you like to carry on?
Well, I think we kind of have a conference, not necessarily around where all the other people are, but it's like, okay, well, Mead can wait. Do we want to go after
Mead
the Mead or
cannot
go after?
wait.
Yes, it can.
I disagree.
This Zardok's fortress might be a more imminent threat than trying to satisfy Mead. So, what do you think? Go after that.
Yeah.
I mean, from a metagaming standpoint, it's a go after the mead, and hopefully we'll hit level 5 before we go after this fortress.
Well, it's a bit of a walk down either way, so it's gonna take a little while, and it's off road, right?
We just set them back 60 pounds worth of this crystal ice stuff and killed their probably two of their crews looking for the stuff. So
Yeah.
But it is almost done. It's close to being finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably head that way.
well, now it's 60 pounds and two crews less close.
Well, you never know. We don't actually know how many crews he sent out, so maybe he sent out extra crews in case something like this happened.
How long to get to Dugan's Hole?
Let's see. Dugan's Hole is 2 hours. That's after. That's taking into account um, dog sleds.
Sure.
I mean, we kind of have to go that anyway because Red Waters is a lake, right? I mean, that's iced over.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can't go straight down, is what I'm saying. Right.
What does Micah think? He's being awfully quiet, but I'm not sure if that's because he's muted or if his storm has overtaken him.
Micah is somewhat. I'm not certain this is important compared to the Chardalon dragon that we have heard is a problem, a potential issue.
Yeah,
So I'm
that's
not.
what we're talking about going down to.
I the whole investigation of as far as the honey shipment, he's not all that interested in. The only thing he's interested in right now is finding that dragon and stopping it before it happens.
Yeah. I kind of figured, but like I said, just hadn't heard anything for a while. All right. Well, I'm kind of thinking let's go ahead and shuttle on down to Dugan's Hole and maybe take a long rest there and then head towards the fortress.
And make note this is maybe something we can help with at a later time. Although by then they might
Yeah.
have enough mead, you never know.
Yeah, I'm fine with it once we've established that there is less of a concern about a dragon made of magical metal coming to kill everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have made notes.
Is there
All
a
right.
small piece of Charlatan that Shadow can take as a trophy without messing any of the poundage or whatever up?
Sure.
Isn't it evil and corrupting?
It's tainted, yes. It's corrupted with.
It was neutral.
Well, yes, but he said that this batch that we had was corrupted.
No. I was just describing it in general.
Oh, I thought you said that this stuff was already corrupted.
No, this stuff is just. It just is Chartolin. It has not been infused in either way.
Oh, okay. All right.
You can tell because none of you've gone insane or anything.
Well, we haven't had it very long.
Well,
We
that's
haven't?
a good thing.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking. Shadow's just say, I'm just going to take this thing as a trophy and hang on to it and slowly go insane and not tell anybody because.
It's just a little bit.
The slippery slope.
So yeah,
It's not the
do
One
kinda-
Ring or the Golden Locket. We'll be fine.
as far as you know. But what do you know about Charlene?
I mean, if I get to
Exactly.
kill my party later, that works too.
I kind of ask the people in the speaker's house if anybody knows anything about Charlene. Does anybody know anything about this stuff called Charlene?
What?
That's a no.
Well, didn't we already try to research it?
No, you haven't.
There was no library or anything that we could find to research it.
So we're just okay. Yeah. Does anybody else know anything about it?
If they don't know anything, that's fine. We'll move on.
Yeah, they don't have anyone of that level of expertise in, most things.
I would suspect Bryn Shandar might be our best bet for research stuff.
Right. Most of the people who knew things, like how to get out of Icewind Dale and where to go, have done so at this point.
Okay.
Because it's been 2 years of this.
Yep. I mean,
All
I
right.
kind of feel like they asked for it by naming the place that, but anyway.
All right. Well, I say off to Dugan's Hole.
Okay. Dugan's Hole. Let's see. The smallest place.
Well, it's just a hole.
There's its map.
Are we long resting here? Is that the
Sure.
plan?
Sure. I think that is a good idea before
Yeah,
we
looks like
try
they're-
the spine of the world.
Yeah, looks like there's a inn there on the docks. It's a big area, anyways. It's not really labeled.
There's the speaker's house. I don't even, let's see, do you have a... No, I just...
I suppose I should point out that going up into the spine of the world is a difficult trek, even when we aren't in eternal winter. It will be rough up there.
Well, I don't know that we're actually going up into it. Looks like we're kind of at the foothills of it. But it's hard to say. Because, I got
You
this
know what?
Bring it on.
green blob
So-
right there.
Because it's not being particularly helpful at this, I'm going to say that there are when you try to find a place to lodge, there is no actual place to like set up to lodge, but they can like you can take that house over there for if you want,
Yeah, that works.
because there is almost literally one house per person, like one building per person.
Well, then
Okay.
what's that big thing on the docks then?
That's a boathouse, like a boat launch thing, and then behind it is the speaker's house.
Okay. All right, now we'll set up for the night in one of these houses, whichever one they said. Take that houses. All right. Set a watch.
Yeah, I'll take a second watch.
Yeah, light a fire.
Will do.
Well, 6 of us. I would imagine 3 watches, 2 people each.
Yep.
Sounds fine to me.
I'll take first watch with somebody.
I'll take first watch too. That's fine.
Okay.
I guess I get third watch all by myself.
No, well,
I mean, Kraanan and Shadow together.
Yeah.
sure. Why not?
Who's on second with me?
Me.
Okay.
Who's on
Suzza.
first?
What's on
What's
I don't
on
third?
know.
second?
Third base.
All right. While you're in town, before you go to settle down, you notice that everyone is keeping indoors and are generally scared. Um, once you get into your building, the first thing you hear is the sound of wolves.
Oh.
You would guess very large wolves.
One might even say wargs.
Can I make a survival check to maybe count how many?
Go ahead.
I will as well.
Yeah. If you would like to, or perception, whichever you prefer, into the box.
Which one you said? Perception or what?
Survival.
Nature. Survival.
In my case, they're the same thing.
Yeah, as are mine.
I didn't do anything. Why is it not doing anything? There we go.
You said in box. I assumed you meant the tower, but what do I know?
I did too. Sounds like 2 to me.
Like they're
I think we
circling.
take 'em.
Like one far,
The-
one near.
Circling the town or circling our house?
That's what I was about to ask. Okay.
The town.
Can I look out my window and maybe see one?
What house did you pick?
I
Whichever
don't
one
know.
they
I didn't
told us to
realize
go
we
to.
picked it.
No, they did. They said, "Here, use it. Use that
Yeah,
house."
exactly. I didn't pick anything.
You tell us which house they picked.
All right, I'm gonna say it was grab a box here. That one.
So we're out at the edge.
Mhm.
Yeah. Micah can talk with animals.
I can.
I mean, so can I. But
Still waiting for the answer to my question, though.
What kind of animal is it, though? Is it a wolf?
of some kind.
Dire wolf? Werewolf? Warg?
I just want to know if I can see it.
Okay, not sure why 3 dice were rolled.
Me either, but that's what
Oh,
it
I have
did.
to roll too? I'm sorry, I missed
You don't
that.
have to. You just can.
Oh,
This one's optional.
okay.
D10 plus D100.
Woohoo! I rolled 100. Woohoo!
All right, so Marten and Suzza, you'd
Oh, I
see one of them walk nearish by, like enough that you can get a good look at it, and it's, looking around as it slowly is walking around. It is about the size of a horse and white
That's a big dog.
with intensely blue eyes.
Ooh.
I think you said target wrong.
Does describing it, does that sound like a dire wolf? Is that what
Well,
sounds
let's see
pretty
Or
here.
dire?
winter wolf or
Nature.
something.
Like a winter wolf.
Well, kind of the blue eyes is kind of like those zombie things were
Uh-oh.
blue eyes.
McCoy just has disconnected.
Yeah, he said there was a storm brewing. Yep,
Well, that's
there
no
he
good.
goes. There goes the power. He says.
Well, shucks. All right.
Then
Well,
that
I'll roll
might
his
disconnect
place.
us because we live like an hour from McCoy.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
heard thunder. Yeah.
so Viorica and
Are we already on
Mika.
watches yet, or are
Yes.
we still?
Yeah. I assume that you're setting
Oh,
up for watches, but you haven't started them yet.
okay, great. Yeah.
So we're still all awake, just basically discussing watches, and that's when we hear the wolves.
Yeah. And you're like, what
Okay.
the heck? Because it didn't sound like, some wolves. It sounded like some wolves. And anyways, so Viorica, um, you hear the description, um, and that sounds exactly like a winter wolf to you.
Oh, that sounds like a winter wolf.
That's probably not good, huh? There's like 2 of them, at least.
I mean, not good for the town.
It's not good for the town.
So how do we kill them?
With sharp, pointy objects,
And
I mean,
fire.
Fire.
fire, yeah, sure, things like
Micah would probably
that. Moonbeam them to death.
talk. Well, I was gonna say he might want to talk to them.
Sure.
Do they look, for those of you that are looking outside, do they look like they're coming towards us?
They're
Do
like
they-
circling the town, like waiting for prey.
Like waiting for the rest
Circling.
of their pack.
Well, that's
Did
a
I?
good point.
Can I see one?
How many are normally in a pack? Did they there's 2. Is that like a couple or do they run in packs?
I'm just going to tell Viorica things that she knows about them, and then
Okay.
everyone can hear. How's that? Or
That's fine. Yep.
Okay.
Because I would share.
All right. So winter wolves are smart, for one thing. They have a language called winter wolf that they have in common. They can understand more than one language from time to time. They use tactics. Like how smart? But they're smart. They're smarter than some people. And they are in generally no joke.
I guess my question is, I mean, I know that they're out there prowling and they're scary, but are they actually threatening the town? Are they
I mean,
like
the entire town is
protecting the-
hiding from them, so
But we're assuming that they're hiding from them. Are the winter wolves protecting the town?
Well, Alex, since McCoy dropped off, can you run Micah and have him try and speak to them? Is that something he could do?
It's something he can do. but he's not going to suggest it because they are very routinely evil in nature. Like they tend.
Oh, okay.
Well, then let's just do this.
I mean, I've just been waiting for him to say yes. You see one to take a shot at it, so
But yeah, you saw one.
I want to shoot it.
Speaking of, are these windows like open window? I don't know, like the technology. Is there glass or are they just shuttered but open?
There is glass, but it's kind of like looking through a Coke bottle.
Okay, it was more like shooting through.
Yeah.
Was my
So
question.
you'd have to open the window and the shutters and like move some cloth out of the way and such to look out the windows. But
Cut a hole in the wall, stick your arrow through it.
I mean, just about.
How far away is the wolf?
About 100 feet.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna shoot it.
Mika might be back. He's connected back in Discord, anyways.
Oh, I see him.
I'm back.
Okay,
Sorry, the power went out just as you said.
Well, that's
What? And click, everything went
Oh,
black.
Well, what'd you let the power go out for?
What you missed is we realized they were winter wolves. There's at least 2 of them.
Okay.
And Micah informed us they're pretty much evil with evil sauce. So
But they're smart, and they can speak.
That,
Yes.
That doesn't actually mean that they're not evil. It just means that the evil is worse.
yeah, I mean, do you want to try and talk to him, or should we just kill him, or try and kill him?
I know them for being evil. It's not just a myth. Correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Yeah. Them and wargs are the wolves that make everyone want to kill regular wolves.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the question is then, how do you want to do this? I'm not suggesting we actually all just step outside into the open, but maybe use some sort of tactics of our own. Like
shooting out the
maybe just,
window.
well, you can open a window or open the door or something that's kind of block more than one at a time. Hopefully.
Is there a front door and a back door
I'm
to this
already
house?
shooting out the window.
There is a front door and a currently partially open window.
I'm gonna assume the front door is facing like towards the river, away from the wolf.
It is facing towards town, yes.
Away from the wolf.
Right.
Okay.
I am going to suggest facing them the way my people do.
Which
How's
is
that?
In a bigger pack.
Straight on. And I'll start walking towards the door.
Yep, I'll follow.
Okay. I have
Sure.
not even sort of a map, so
We have this ice and cold map. You can just plop us on
you
that.
have your standard encounter map.
I mean, we could theater the mind it.
I have trouble with that.
Oh.
I don't have a mind theater. I have something called what is it called? Antiphantasia, where you cannot picture things in your head. And I only just recently kind of figured it out. So.
Did you want to resolve the attack I made from the window?
yeah, go ahead. Apply. Well,
I already threw it in there in the chat. It's a natural 1.
Yep.
It might miss.
That's what happens.
I was just checking to see if there's anything else funky happening. It was a natural 1, so.
Oh, that's right. So let's...
Yeah, Alex, there's an ice and cold battle map
I got one coming up. Hold on.
that you shared before.
Yep, that's the one. Let me put y'all on it in some way.
Because I've been keeping it on my hotbar.
Alex and Land, that line of storms is coming towards you.
Yes, I heard. We're hearing some thunder. So.
Yeah.
So if we cut out early tonight, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
suddenly both of us are gone.
Thought I'd point that out.
Yeah, it was a little crazy earlier, and I think it kind of passed us, and then I started hearing it again.
Yeah. There's a line of storms coming your way.
Whee! Speaking of which, Alex, is Little Flower in the house?
She is.
Okay, good. That's one of our cats.
All right. Let's get you all initiative up.
Don't forget to share the map on the stream. It still looks like it's on Dugan's Hole.
There we go.
Ooh, the wolves have names. That's exciting.
Okay.
Yes, but are their names in red or purple? Orange is fine.
All right.
For those of our listening audience who might not catch that reference, that's a reference in DDO. And if you don't know about DDO, go to DDO.com and download for free and start playing.
It's good times. Just don't attack the red ones.
That's marketing.
That's where regrets happen.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
I feel like I should point out that I was still in the house taking shots from the house.
I have not gotten my initiative thing. Oh, there it is. It was just under everything. Roll a D100. Why am I rolling a D100?
Oh,
Okay.
that was.
That was from earlier.
Okay. Sorry.
That was whether you saw the wolves or not, I think.
There you go. Like champs.
Well, the tokens look like something I would want to try and pet, but that's probably not a good idea.
Sorry, sometimes the rolls that you send to me get hidden behind my maps, so sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go as soon as click off there. You can go Viorica, then I'll skip Kraanan, and then Suzza.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna throw some fire at him. I'm gonna cast Scorching
Fire's
Ray.
good. You get 3 of them. Woohoo!
Yeah. Now, do I have to roll 3 times again?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2.
So
I thought for sure I was gonna get another 12 there.
Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
all right, first one does
There's-
7.
Okay. Now, are they susceptible to fire?
They take fire.
Okay.
So
Like, but susceptible. Like, am I
Your
getting,
rolls.
am I getting special number? Oh, I know, right?
So
That's hilarious.
most things have like resistances to such, or in this case, immunity to such. But very few
Okay.
things actually are vulnerable to damage types.
Okay. And then now, how close is he to me? Can I move out of the way of his breath spray?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move.
Rest
5.
gone now.
I think I can go back here.
Yep. And because of the kind of critter he is, he doesn't have reach, so that's fine.
Excellent.
Now, if he had arms, it'd be an issue. All right. Suzza.
Okay, I am gonna move over right here, thus making us not in a big pack. Okay, I'm going to do Hex on him. Or wait, is it Hex or Hexblade's Curse? What am I wanting to do? I guess it's Hexblade Curse you put on your sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
one effect goes on him to show that he's hexed, and then the other
Okay.
ones go on you to interact with it.
Okay. And then
Yep.
did I do
Just like
that right?
It looks.
Okay. I will swing.
You hit.
And hit. And it'll do it automatically. Except that it didn't. Did it?
Yeah.
It did?
What
Okay.
what the Hexblade curse does is, it adds your proficiency to your damage, and it also,
Yeah,
puts
I
your
see
critical on
it's
a 19 or 20.
normally it's +7, but that was +11, so
Yeah.
okay.
And if you kill them, you get hit points.
Right. So that was that.
Well, he noticed that.
I'm sure.
Marten.
All right, I'm gonna take a stab at him with my spear.
You do.
And then let me check something real quick. All right, because I'm a dread ambusher, if I take an attack action on my first turn, I can make an additional weapon attack if the first one hits, which it did. So I take an additional attack with my spear.
Which hits him. A little bit.
For not much. But then, because of my polearm master feat, I get to take another swing as a bonus action with the other end of the spear.
And then you turn and bap him on the nose.
Bad dog.
Pop him on the bad dog. Bad dog. Yeah, and then I end my turn.
Mika.
Okay. Well, this will be fun. I am going to.
Hey, Tom Kapoor, thanks for the raid. We're here
Yeah,
playing some D&D, DDO night.
I am going to cast Shillelagh and
What? You're not going to do your patented bonfire?
no, move there to intercept the one that's coming. I will take a swing at him when it is coming, when it comes into range.
Okay. That one should have been invisible. He's off. He is. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
He's not here yet.
In that case, can I change my tactics? Because I was
You
going by
may.
he was visible. If he's not visible, then yes, I will move here instead, And given that I'm not closing on him, I will go ahead and do the aforementioned bonfire under the one that has already moved.
Okay.
Although nobody forget, I did mention I heard 2.
Yep, I was going to say that.
Sure, but I don't know where it is, so I have
Right.
to operate by what I can actually identify.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It was
Uh,
just on the map for my convenience in the future. So
Yeah.
definitely adjust.
But putting a bonfire underneath it,
Okay.
which
All right. Do the damage.
okay, good
Nice.
damage, good damage, and um, as a bonus action, then I will also drop the bear spirit on the field so that everybody gets.
You already cast Shillelagh?
No, I didn't because I took
Oh,
that
okay.
back because I was operating under the. I
Assumption that
saw
a thing
this
was there that isn't there. Yeah.
right. I was getting ready to fight a thing that was coming at us, but instead I cast bonfire, and as a bonus action, not a spell cast, a bonus action, I'm putting the bear totem.
Okay.
So, which will give everybody. I'll select them all and hope that I'm doing it right. And give them the bear totem effect, which
I don't think I'm there.
No, you're
I don't
here.
think Shadows is there. I thought it was in the house still.
Well, you can be. But I
are you
put you outside
They
so
all
you could
left. I was
interact.
taking shots from inside the house, so I was under the impression I was still in the house.
Okay.
okay? Everybody gets the effect, and everybody should get 9 temporary hit points. Actually, 9 temporary hit points. There we go.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And that should be the end of my turn. This is why you have druids.
Okay. Move, move. Okay. He dashed. Kraanan.
Kraanan will move into engaging in melee range.
Okay.
And we'll be spending a key point to attack twice, or attack with 2 unarmed attacks and a
How
short
did
sword.
how did Kraanan get 18 points of damage?
I don't think I was paying close enough attention when we healed, or we haven't really healed or anything, and haven't taken a long rest yet. So
No, we did a short rest.
right, and I didn't spend
Okay, that's cool. That's fine.
any hit dice because I wasn't really paying attention to how much he got hit.
Whoops.
So that was with the short sword? Is this gonna do the sneak attack correctly,
Um,
or should I put it on manual?
just put it on manual because it'll say sneak attack and it'll pop on there when it does. Yeah.
All right, 10 damage. Then unarmed 1. Yeah, there we go. And Because you only get sneak attack once, right?
Yep.
A little stab in the kidney and two roundhouse kicks.
Kraanan was like, "Not today."
Good night, Gracie. That'll be good for Kraanan. And does Shadow have line of shot on this guy? The other
You do
one?
not. You are
Sure.
inside the house.
Yep.
In the other direction.
In the wrong direction. So if I come out the front door,
Mhm.
now can I shoot him?
Yep.
Okay. Then shoot him I shall. Ooh, hang on. We're gonna draw that bow back a little extra good here. Come on. Go on me. Maybe? Why is sharpshooter not working? All right, let's try it this way. There we go. Now we're gonna try and shoot him really goodly. That looks nice and
pretty
goodly.
goodly.
Oh, that's why it wasn't working. And then let's see some damn. I'm gonna listen in the chat just to see. Yes, I will re-roll that too. I can do that once per turn. Oh, that's
Nice.
so much better.
Perfect.
Take that.
Nice.
22 max damage. Let's go.
He was like, "That wasn't so." Oh.
Rerolling damage dice is convenient.
Okay, Viorica.
Okay, so that one's gone. Okay. Do we see anything else around?
It's up on the top right of the map, so we can see him now. Correct, Alex?
Okay, I don't see him.
If you kind of scroll the map over to the top right.
Nope.
No, it's out of range for Viorica.
Okay, so then I just need to move forward a bit.
Probably.
Oh, there, now he popped up. But that's still probably out of range.
Click on
Let
him
me
and
see what
see
my
how far away
scorching
he
ray.
is.
Let's see what my scorching ray is.
Is that 120?
Scorching ray is 120. Oh, maybe. Oh,
That should be in range.
If you can see him, he should be in
Yep.
range. What's
Yep.
what's your vision? 60?
dark vision is 60. Then I can't see him. He hid it. He's hidden again. Okay,
75.
so I'm gonna move forward then.
Okay.
Can I see him? What's my movement? 30.
Is
Okay.
there not light from the town, like windows and stuff?
Nope,
Can I see
not over here. Not
him
where
now?
you guys are.
Okay.
Let's move you to here, and you can.
Okay. Then I'm gonna throw another scorching ray.
Okay.
I don't have his. I'm just gonna throw it here though because I can't actually see. I don't have a token, so.
Weird. That hits.
Okay.
It sent it at you because it has you targeted.
I know.
That'll matter in a minute. So let's see.
So did I have just one that hit?
I think two
Two.
of them hit.
2 of them hit. Okay, excellent.
So untarget it yourself, and then you can target cannon on the combat tracker.
Yep, he just popped up actually. Nice.
I might
Sweet.
be the only one that can actually see him at the moment.
Well, it was weird because I had to target myself, then untarget myself, and then he finally popped up again. So I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
Okay,
Move
Suzza.
over. Oh. Actually, when I did that, oh, there he is. Okay.
Oh, maybe he was hiding behind a ridge of
Yeah.
something on the map.
So I will try an Eldritch Blast.
Which
Hey,
hit?
it hits. We're surprised. Better than a 1. Yay!
Almost as far away from it as it could be.
Yeah. That's me for now.
Marten.
Okay. So normally when I fight, I carry my bow in the left hand, and then I pull and stow the spear as need be. So I'm gonna stow my spear and take a shot with my bow.
Okay.
If I can get to the right page, there I am. I think.
So you
I
pull out
have
your.
I have
There we are.
I have a quick question. It doesn't say on here. Can the Hexblade's curse be transferred? Is that something different?
You get it back on a short rest. But
Okay.
yeah,
So you can't transfer it from target to target.
I
Okay.
do not believe so.
It doesn't have any information when you click on it, so
Okay, because I probably had to build it. If you go to your
yeah.
abilities, it'll be and then under there.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Is there anything else I can do?
Okay, so you pulled out your black longbow and took a shot at it, hitting it.
I did indeed. I don't think I have any other bonus actions I can do, so that'll do it.
Okay, Mika.
Okay. By the way, if the thing that you were fighting that has the Hexblade curse on it dies, you do get hit points back. So keep that in mind.
Good to know. I was not damaged, so it didn't.
Yeah. Just thought I'd mention it.
Thanks.
I don't see the target, so I'm going to move and see if I can see the target.
Okay.
You've seen me in Viorica shooting in that direction. So.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So
I think the way the map is set up, it's kind of behind a ridge, so you'll need to move laterally as opposed to up.
Yeah, like move down a square or diagonally square. Yeah.
I will cast Hex. I think he's within range for Hex. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
Probably.
he's in. Yeah, he's in range of Hex. So I'll do Hex.
Okay. Is there bonus action?
Yep. Let me drag the effect onto him. Because and then I will cast Shillelagh because you can cast a cantrip after using a bonus action. So I'll cast Shillelagh, which I don't know why it rolled.
An attack.
I'm just
Alex, you
okay.
might want to zoom in some on the map on the stream.
Okay.
It's kind of far out.
Yeah. Obviously he can't hit him from here, but he has it ready.
Okay.
That's his turn. Oh, and the thing that he has disadvantage on is dexterity ability checks.
Okay.
Not that I think that will become a big issue, but
I assume you just missed your bonfire.
Yes, because he cast Hex, which is concentration. Alright, so the werewolf runs that way.
Well, that's a tactic.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's gonna go get some of his friends.
So he's about 75 feet into the woods.
And I still see him.
Do you now?
I'm
I don't think
Oh,
you- I
no.
don't- I don't-
asking if I can.
I
No.
don't think you can.
Okay. Can fix that.
What's your dark vision radius?
60. Is the wolf done?
Yep.
Kraanan's probably not going to do anything. Well, what's Kraanan's movement speed? 30. No, that's not Kraanan, that's me. Kraanan has a movement speed of 40. Which direction? Well, Kraanan's going to move 40 feet in the direction the wolf went.
Northish.
This way? That way.
Yeah. Are you gonna do a dash?
I don't know. Can he see? He has dark vision 60. Can he see the wolf?
Nope.
He'll take a dash and move another 40 feet in that direction.
Oh. What you doing, map? Just... Okay.
Did it see the wolf?
Nope.
That's disappointing. Shadow's gonna use super cat speed to go and. Oh, that doesn't even really get him that far. But if Kraanan can't see it, I'm guessing he's not gonna see it. So that'll be the end of that.
Yeah, they are faster than horses.
I got nothing. Then
Let's change this.
I'm already in action in case it comes back. Shoot it in the face if it comes back. But other than that, I got nothing.
There we go. All right, Viorica.
I mean, maybe, I mean, it is quite intelligent. Maybe it just knows to when to retreat. But I will also run forward. I think that's. I don't want to go in front of Shadow in the trees.
So
I'll go here.
I'm looking at the clock here, just kind of looking at it.
Now, if y'all don't want to continue because it's gone, probably. Like maybe you might be able to pull something out to catch up with it. I'm not gonna say you can't, but otherwise we can probably drop out.
I wasn't planning on chasing it any more than I already have, so.
So we can probably go back and take a long rest.
Unless we're still in the middle of combat.
You're not really. Like I'm saying, you could choose to still be in combat or not. It is Up to you. I know what the wolf is doing.
I could conceivably catch up enough to kill it, but if we decide not to, then that's fine.
I think we go ahead and head back inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we will pick this up where we left off in less than a month this time, technically.
Sorry, our cat.
They have dreams.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. We will be back at the first Sunday of the month next month to continue Rime of the Frostmaiden, sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, the #1 most supported. I can't remember the phrase ever.
Virtual
VTT.
tabletop.
VTT, that's it. Virtual tabletop out there. Please check them out at fantasygrounds.com, and you can get a free demo copy of Fantasy Grounds Unity, which lets us use all the dynamic lighting and radius vision and so on and so forth. And also check out D&D online at DDO.com. And then we'll start with you, Patrick.
This is Patrick from DDOcast. You can find me on YouTube under DDOcast or DDOcast.com or on Twitch under DDOcast with our weekly news and discussion podcast for Dungeons & Dragons Online, as well as some other gaming adventures, including more tabletop. I'm running a game with my guild, Descent into Avernus, which I just posted a video for today. That's like the 5th episode of that. So you can check that out, as well as I will be DMing Oracle of War in next Sunday, although that will be a recorded show.
Okay. Suzza.
Hey, everybody, this is Lynn. You'll hear me again next weekend for Oracle of War, as well as I guess it's going to be a couple more weeks now. We'll be back with streaming or back with even on Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay, Mika.
Hi, I'm Jeremiah McCoy. Basics of the game here on Twitch and on TikTok, and Tech Noir on Twitter. And I spend a lot of time talking about D&D and other geeky things.
Okay, Marten.
This is Comic Relief here, and looking at our schedule here, looks like you can catch me in 2 weeks on July 25th when Evil Beaker looks like he's going to be running another one of his classic DDO nights. And we wrapped up the previous module last time, so this is going to be, I believe, a new module.
Dun dun dun. And Viorica.
I don't have anything to plug. I just want to say thanks for watching.
And I didn't skip credit this time. He's just not here.
Traps in Hand has nothing to add to following other than if you are, please stop.
And this is Alex, aka Gruubii, and I can be found on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gruubii, and maybe I'll actually stream again. And you can find me as Gruubii on Twitter as well. And please check out our products at the Amethyst Dragonfly, Etsy, and that's all one word, the Amethyst Dragonfly, otherwise someone else will come up. And you can tentatively still find our stuff at eldritchentertainment.com and theamethystdragonfly.com.
Although the .com we were on has closed, so we will be moving all our goods and wares somewhere else.
So, and also if you want to get in touch with me on Twitter or something, we can also do custom work. Anyways, you'll have an excellent evening, and I will be on next week also with Oracle of War. So you'll have a good one.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.